Hi, Anne Marie. Great to see you.
Hello.
Hello, hello. We are here today to talk to all of you about compassionate communication. And Anne Marie, you recently wrote a really interesting piece on LinkedIn that I loved about this very topic. So, talk to us a little bit about that. What is compassionate communication and what prompted you to write this piece?
So for me, compassionate communication is really being empathetic and being in the shoes of the other. And I think that what compelled me to write about it was observing the way people respond when people are in struggle. I
Mhm.
see it online. I see it verbally when people are communicating. There's this weird, competition around suffering. It's really interesting. It's like somebody will talk about their struggle and somebody else will go, well, at least, or you're
I
lucky
hate
that,
that.
or
Yeah.
you should be grateful. And I think, sure, this is a first world problem. Sure, it could always be worse. All of those things are true, but in no way does that express compassion to someone. And I believe deeply that every human being wants to be seen and heard. And if you're a leader in any capacity, you don't have to be a CEO, if you're managing people in any way, shape, or form, when you do that, you are diminishing somebody's suffering and struggle,
Yeah.
and you're punishing them for not struggling enough. And I don't think it's useful or valuable. And I think it really degrades the connectivity and the humanity between two people.
Yeah, and you talk about this kind of thing a lot when we're doing our storytelling training, right? About how just, especially in the context of leadership, if you're giving really tough feedback, you want to put yourself like in that one down position. You want to talk about a time that you experienced some kind of struggle. And so you know how difficult it is to receive the feedback, the type of feedback that you're trying to give, right? And I saw when I was reading your piece, a lot of vestiges of that there. And I think that's really important, particularly now. I
Yeah.
think companies are in, leadership of companies are in positions where they're having to make really tough decisions, whether it's about headcount, whether it's about, any number of things that impact the corporate culture and the makeup of the company. So talk a little bit about that. I mean, how do you integrate some of these strategies into this particular moment in time when everything seems like the volume has been turned up quite a bit?
I think there are a couple of things I would do. One is slow down. I think
Mhm.
everybody's so reactive because there's so much stress and pressure. And sometimes you're not thoughtful about how you're responding to
Yeah.
somebody. And I believe in being present and sitting with people where they are. A lot, like, the thing that's strange is I think that also when somebody's struggling, people think they have to fix it or say the right things or
Yeah.
push somebody through it, when
Yeah.
really all somebody needs is for you to go, yeah, that's terrible, this is hard, like, I'm with you. That's enough. People
Yeah.
want to be seen and heard. The last thing people need is for somebody to go, well, you think that's bad, let me tell you what happened to me, or let me tell you what happened, there's a worse
Yeah.
situation in the world. And it's like, if you want somebody to get through something, let them be in something for a minute. And I think that there's some real value in just seeing people where they are and not competing. I mentioned this in the piece I wrote. I grew up in a culture of poverty. I will be very frank about this. When I was much younger, I was certainly a perpetrator of this. I used to
Mhm.
think, what are you bitching about? Your life
Yeah.
looks pretty good to me. And I had a lot of
Right.
that chip on my shoulder too, because I just thought, man, you've got it good. That doesn't mean somebody doesn't have a right to their struggle just because it doesn't look like your struggle. And I
Right.
don't know the value or usefulness of trying to diminish someone else. I think that there's an opportunity for inclusivity when we sort of see somebody and go, it doesn't matter that there are worse things happening in the world. This person at this moment in this at this time is sort of struggling in some way. And it's an
Yeah.
opportunity and an invitation for you to lead and connect. And I think that when we do that, we have the power to be much more, much more impactful and
Yeah.
valuable to people and the organizations we serve and lead.
I love that. Well, I'm going to link to your piece when I post this on our YouTube channel. So everybody look for that link. Please check it out on LinkedIn, share it with your humans, share it on LinkedIn, share it with people you work with. I was just really moved by the piece, and I know it's gotten a great response already online. So thank you for sharing it. And thank you for being here with me on whatever day, Thursday. You told me
Always.
it was
I can't
Thursday
wait
last
till
week.
we're in the same room together.
It's going to be really weird, right?
It
What are
is
we
going
going
to
to
be
do
fun.
when we can actually sit like
I
6 feet
know,
apart
like
in an
real
office?
people.
I know. All right, everyone, stay safe. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on LinkedIn. Share with us what kinds of things you would like for us to cover here, because we want this content to really serve you and to be very topical for you. I'll talk to you later, my friend.
Bye.
Bye.